Welcome, pilots. It's that time of the year. We have winter holiday, or it's going on right now in World of Warplanes, and of course the XB42 Mixmaster is rolling. And so, of course, Corvus is joining me to talk about the new plane. Hello, Corvus.
Howdy. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity to discuss this new reward aircraft for our candy trail. 600 candies later, and here the thing sits in my hangar. Um, as folks know, those candies didn't get earned. I had to go buy them.
Right.
Bought them through certificates, and I immediately make the plane about as top level as I can get it. I throw on ultimate equipment and gold consumables, um, and then I go out and fly it. Mostly, I go into the training rooms and I go to the specific maps that fit that particular plane, so that I can test that particular plane on the maps. So taking a fighter to a map that's got a lot of mining plants and missile bases doesn't make a lot of sense,
Right.
because you're not as effective. So I would pick, let's say, a map with a lot of garrisons on it, just to see what it can do. For a bomber, of course, I'm going to pick the heavy sector maps,
Right.
uh, and test it out. I usually test it out against tier 9 veteran bots. And I load up the other team with tier 9 veteran bots, just to see, because I think that's a fair comparison against
Sure.
you know a,
Get at
a
least a
talent.
sniff of what it will be like, right? I mean, like a
Yeah,
taste of how things could go. Yeah, for sure.
right.
Yeah.
um I have found that veteran bots can be a significant challenge, sometimes more than humans, especially on the North American server, where there are fewer humans and more
Right.
bots. So
Yeah,
it
there's an unpredictability, a chaos factor with the bots that is hard to control for as players. Yeah, yeah,
right.
cool.
So, and then I go out and I play a few games. Unfortunately, we're now into the season where people are trying to get their 8,000 personal points,
Mm-hmm.
and tier 8 is filled with B-29 and P-61, and so this particular plane, it's not overpowered.
Right.
Spoiler alert, folks, it's not overpowered. It's a nicely balanced aircraft. And when we talk more about the specifics, I'll get into that and the particular choices I made for how to equip it.
Good.
Um,
Yeah.
but before we get into it, I want to make sure to tell everyone,
Yeah.
you want to subscribe and share and hit the like button, and absolutely leave comments, because
Yeah.
I know that H0 loves to read your comments, likes to reply to your comments,
Mm-hmm.
and I like to hear him too. But it's his channel, so
I try to
uh,
reply to everybody. If I've ever missed you, it's at least give everybody a thumbs up. If I've ever missed anyone, it's because YouTube ate the notice, and I just didn't see it. But so yeah, so if there's anything you want to say or comments you want to make or suggestions you have or arguments even, we'll take those too. So
yeah,
we're happy to entertain them.
absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely.
Well, let me go ahead and flight us up, and we can chat more. Let's start with maybe just kind of going over the general statistics of the Mixmaster, kind of giving us um, your 2 cents on it as we wait for the battle to start here.
So when I first saw the stats for this aircraft, what is that, 3D models? What's that
Yeah, Game
site
Models
called again?
3D for those. I'll try
Game
to leave
model.
it in the description. Great website for data mining some of those hard to find stats. Yeah.
And so I went in there and I wrote those guys down, and I compared it to the other bombers at tier. And strangely enough, what popped out to me was this thing was a stats carbon copy, nearly, of the RB-17.
Right.
RB-17 is a nice, fast, um, I would call it a tactical bomber or an assault bomber. And there are folks out there who really do good work with the RB-17.
Yeah, they're able to do great things with it.
I am not one of them. Uh, the the bombs are small, and you got to place them just right. And I'm a sloppy bomber. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's see, what do we got here?
We got our work cut out for us on this first flight here.
It's let me see here.
Specialized XF-15C. We got a Mixmaster. Got a specialized B-29. So.
Yep. Yeah, no, this is what it looked like last night when I was playing.
Yep.
And wow, it's this plane is not super awesome when it's bottom tier. It can do work. It's fast enough to do work, but everything at tier 9 is really super fast.
Yeah.
And so it it will absolutely get eaten at tier 9, mostly by fast multi-rolls and heavy fighters.
Right.
So anyway, I was saying it's a copy of the RB-17, except that the bombs are better. Okay. That helps me personally because I'm a crummy bomber.
Right.
I need the bigger bombs to get bombing stuff done.
Right.
It's got similar reload. The reload time is a little bit longer. With strength and hard points, ultimate strength and hard points, you can get the reload time down to about 38 seconds, which is, for the bomb load that it's got, is pretty dang good.
That is good.
Its critical dive angle is about 30 degrees. So if you're doing the kind of glide bombing thing, it can do it.
Right.
It's hard, but it can do it because it's hard to see the aiming reticle. Oops, that's not exactly what I wanted to do, and I goofed. That's okay. It's well, that oh, we have a B-29 on our team too.
Yes. Yeah, we do.
That's that would have been nice if they'd have dropped a little more on that military base. But
Yep.
you know what? Life's hard, and since I have such a short reload time, I'm going to just loiter outside the military base and come at it again.
That sounds good. I'm going to try and counter the B-29 here. He's not great on HP, so I think I might can at least chunk him down. I'm going to let him start his bombing run here. Yep, he just started.
Right.
Oh, no, this may not work.
And one of the things I found out while I was
so close. All right, we got him. We got him. He got me, but we got him. Unfortunately, he flipped the zone before we got him. So
yeah, that's always really the issue with that with the B-29,
right.
isn't it?
Yeah, let's. So I'll be behind you as you fly this next little bit here. All right, so you're dropping bombs. This is good.
And since I can just fly right back to our command center that got flipped, oh dear.
Yeah, we got supremacied in the 10 seconds that I decided to stop defending the airfield.
Now, I think one of our guys died in the military base, so my bombing went for naught.
Yeah, it looks that way.
So I mean, this is the way it is now. I mean, you get some bombing spam going, and and one of the things that makes me a little nuts about this, about the 38-second reload speed, is that my brain is set for the 30-second reload of the RB-17, and so what happens is I get into the zone, and I'm not quite ready. I'm not quite set to drop bombs yet.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, now I got to circle, and then by the time I circle, the bombs are well and truly loaded. So I have to untrain my brain about the
Yep.
short reload time, and especially since I've been flying the dive bombers, the Soviet dive bombers, and so it's sometimes a challenge to get your brain right when
Yeah.
you're doing this stuff.
All right.
Um,
Well, I'm in trouble. I always thought I was getting help from our P61, but he seems to have. I don't know. Maybe if I straighten out, I can. Nope. He has abandoned me. I'm going down. Yeah, this
of
is the
course,
this is the other part. Yeah, you do have a lot of bomber spam at this point in the winter trials. You have teammates who don't really pay attention to things, right? And mostly people are just focused on those 8,000 points, right? That's what people
right?
are going for,
Yeah, that's all they want.
right?
And so yeah, it's the Mixmaster is one of the things that it doesn't do. It is not going to overpower you with its defensive guns.
Hmm.
Period.
Okay.
It you're gonna get beset by uh, by others,
Right.
and this is not necessarily a bad thing because the RB-17 can reach out to like, was it 1,200 meters or 1,300 meters with the with long with a good gunner and great skill set and good equipment,
Mm-hmm.
and absolutely just crit you to death before you even have a chance to get guns on.
Right.
The Mixmaster isn't like that. It's you get in close and something's gonna happen. You're gonna get some guns on, but they're machine guns, right?
Right.
So you're not gonna do a ton of damage,
I mean, the other
and
50
you're gonna
cals, right? So,
yeah, and they're short ranged, and the cone of operation is real small.
yeah.
It's real small. It's like SE 100 small,
Right.
even smaller than that, really.
Okay.
And so you're not going to overwhelm anybody with your defensive firepower.
Right.
The only thing you're going to do is speed. It's got to be fast. And I mean, that is one of the ways that this particular plane is great, better than the RB-17. In fact, um, one of the things that's modeled really well, and I mean really well,
Mm-hmm.
is energy retention, right? The whole purpose behind the Mixmaster in real life was to remove engine nacelles, right? To reduce the amount of drag.
Right.
Well, this is how this plane shines over the RB-17. It really, absolutely, positively retains energy well. So if you are a person that knows how to do the boost feathering thing,
Right.
you can keep this plane up close to 700 kilometers per hour sustained over the course of a map trip.
Right.
And man, that's no screwing around. Speed has benefit on the North American server. Now, if you're on a small map like we were just on, and there's B-29s in the air, okay, you can be pretty fast, but it's there's still trouble, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the B-29 will get there and it'll completely erase a sector, and then you got to go back and retake it, and everybody and their dog is hunting for you, but you still have to you still have to be in a place, and they can be waiting for you.
Right.
And no
Yeah.
amount of speed is going to get you away from the fact that they're waiting for you. Now, the other day, I outran uh, an XP or a P61 just by the fact that I had more boost, and
Mm-hmm.
I just kept leaning on it.
Right.
Um,
How many? What's this?
and
Was it still? Is it 60 seconds? 40 seconds? What is it on the Mixmaster?
Well, let me tell you, on mine it's 66 seconds
Okay.
because I have rolled all my rolled all of my equipment for speed.
Okay.
Everything's about speed and the
Sure.
engines,
Yeah.
everything.
You don't need
Um,
maneuverability. You don't. You just go
no,
in. Yeah.
so So I mean, I've got experimental polished skin. I've got experimental uprated engine. Uh, let's see. And I've got all the stuff rolled for either boost cooldown or just plain flat speed.
Right.
And so on a big map, let's say like Cold Peak, that is really going to be a giant benefit, right?
Yeah.
Especially on a Cold Peak map that has the 2 mining plants, because now essentially what you've got sort of a mini EF 131.
Right.
And I say that because it's fast. It's going to be super fast, uh, and it's got a good bomb load. So me with my kind of crap bombing skills, uh, I can still one pass a mining plant,
Right.
right? I mean, uh, it's it takes a little bit of technique, but it's not something that only the bomber mains can do. Even I can one pass a mining plant with this thing. So that'll tell you that anyone with any skill at all can go out there and do this.
Right.
It's not a it's not a it's not rocket surgery. Let's put it like that.
Right. Yep.
So
Interesting. Okay.
so
Well,
um,
let's try it again, and we'll see. Hopefully, we gave it a little bit of time. So, and part of the reason we do that, folks, is so we don't end up because the North American server does have a smaller population. We don't want to play like 3 or 4 matches for you guys against exactly the same people in the same planes, right? We want to be able to show you a variety of things. So, hopefully, they've cleared out into a match, and we can get a fresh set of folks on the other end.
yeah. By the way, our last battle, our P61 pilot managed to get all of 2,600 personal points.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we just didn't. And I checked the caps afterwards, right? You got the B-29 that had 5 caps.
Yeah.
So they had 9 caps between the 3 of them, and we had 6 caps between the 3 of us. So that's
Right.
and
Yeah.
on a 4 sector map, that disparity is going to lead to supremacy very quickly.
Absolutely.
So let's see what we got on this one. And then you got some mining plants here, so this will be interesting.
Good.
We got SM91s that are paired. We have a P61 and a 190D, it looks like. And then our side, the 2 of us, a specialized 220. That's interesting. You don't see that very often. And then a 190D as well. So interesting. All right. So I need to, you tell me if the P61 gets frisky with you. Um,
Absolutely.
Otherwise, are the SM? Here's a great question. Are the SM91s a threat to you? Do you feel like?
There, if I can maintain my super cruise, not really. Um, they have to climb up and get me. The SM91 is pretty fast, right?
Right.
But it's not super fast.
Yeah. It's good on tier, but it suffers a little in comparison to some of the higher tier aircraft for sure.
Right.
Let's see.
All right, I did that on purpose. We'll see what happens.
Uh oh, what did you do
Yeah.
on purpose?
I uh, I only I did not go for a 50 pointer. I went for a flak sight
Okay.
instead.
Yeah.
Let's go. Um, and I did that on purpose because I didn't want their
Uh oh.
command center to go for us right away.
I didn't realize I had a nice SM91 on my tail. Look, both
Oh
of them.
dear.
They were working in tandem. They both came over to the command center, so they're going to leave you alone. It looks like. So we just need to know
Okay.
where the P61 is. And kudos to them for working in tandem because folks don't often do that.
Got that right. Wow, I'm getting my butt kicked a little bit by flak, which is
Yeah, it's very bad over those points.
all right. Let's try this again. Yeah, I'm trying to get someone to come over here and do something about that guy.
We're okay. I mean, the mining plant is worth a couple, so we're not. This is not as drastic as it was last time, right? Where we had to deal with.
Right.
But I do assume the SM. Yeah, here come the twins into this airfield area. So not shocked by that turn of events. But I do have the 220 with me, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, head on. What do you think? They have more HP, probably.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Well, I can turn better than them, or you would think I could, but unfortunately, he just outturned me. So there you go,
Oh,
and set me on fire and critted my wing on top of it.
that's weird.
Well, I don't. Bear in mind, I don't have my Moonbat specialized, and it is a pair of specialized SM91s. So
Okay. I'm a little bit dismayed because we've got 4 of these guys over here at this mining plant, and I'm having difficulty doing much of anything.
you've got an SM91 on you, and I'm about to run into. This is going to be interesting too because I've got the 190 and the other SM91 over here.
My gosh. Yeah, see that I mean they're all over here, which is gosh. Of course.
I am just getting lit up by multiple folks over here, unfortunately.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's they 2 bots on top, and not much happening here. This is going to be a rough match.
Well, yeah, and of course there's absolutely nobody. None of our bots ever came over here to help me.
Yeah.
Not a one of them.
Yep.
At least I got out of the zone. All right. Well, I'll go take the. Guess I'll go take the. See, I shouldn't have dithered over that mining plan. I should have probably just went and just tried to cap, because I was just going to try to cap the 2 mining plants.
Well, you know, that's what I tried to do, and it didn't. My plan didn't work either. So it just is what it is. This is this is a good. This illustrates part of my frustration with releasing yet another bomber premium, particularly in the winter, because we know this is how matches in World of Warplanes go this time of year, and we also know people do, do what you do in terms of jumping ahead or save, credits during the year, right?
Right.
And so it was just going to add to that particular. I'm not sure why that I died. Interesting. That particular weak point in the game, and it just exacerbates what is already a difficult time to play and have fun in the game. So, whether the Mixmaster was balanced or not, it was going to be a difficult winter.
Right.
That's the unfortunate side of it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, when I loaded up with bots. And did the bot thing. The doing the bot thing was, because there are no B-29s in the air, even though there were ME-262 HG2s in the air, I was still able to actually do stuff. But when you've got humans that are just going out to grab as much XP as they can, as quickly as they can, or personal points as quickly as they can.
Right.
It's unless you meet force with force, it doesn't matter.
Right. Well, and I think one of the things that testing with bots, one of the ways it's different from reality, being in the matches, is the bots are of equal skill level, right? And
Right.
you're never going to have that in a regular
Right.
game, right? It's just
Right.
not going to break that way, unfortunately. So, all right. Well, maybe we need some sort of jinx breaker here at this point. I'm gonna stop flying the moon bat and see if I can find something else to do. Um, Maybe I'll switch over to the P80 um, and
Hmm.
roll with it.
Yeah, I am surprised that the SM 91 was able to turn with you in the
We'll have to
moon
go
bat.
back and review. Part of it I may have been at a higher energy state. I'm playing back through in my mind if that was the case. If so, it would have been harder for me to pull that turn. Depending on how I looped and how he looped. So, like you, and those of you who've watched these before know, when we're playing and talking, we're not playing with 100% of our brain. So
Oh no,
sometimes we don't.
that's 100%. And and I noticed too that our I 220 dropped. So
No, I think. What did he? I thought he was still
yeah,
in, or was he just flying straight across the map?
just straight across the map, got shot down 4 times.
Yeah. So this is the other thing, and Data, sorry, but I'm going to report you after this. That this is the kind of thing that cost. It cost Corvus and I both candy, Data, because you dropped out of the match. So because you chose to leave, we suffered, and that's really a problem. And unfortunately, that's one of the things I will screenshot this and in it will go because that's the only way to kind of keep a handle on these things, unfortunately. So we will take care of that. So beyond that, though, it sounds like if you are a bomber or pilot, you should definitely be working towards this. And maybe would you put money towards this, or just work towards it? What do you feel is the value break on it here?
So as a RB-17 alternative,
Right.
I think it's worth more monetarily than the RB-17.
Right.
So if you were to go to the premium shop right now, I suspect you could pick up the RB-17 for somewhere in the neighborhood of what, 55 or $56. I
Yeah.
think that's about where it runs. I think that the Mixmaster is easily a $60 airplane.
Okay.
Easily. Um, it I really didn't have any problem with the couple of times that I ran into airplanes that I needed to outpace. I was able to do it. I just
Right.
put the nose down a little bit and just lean on the W key. It really, you can get away from folks.
Right.
Um, and you'll need to, because you don't have much defensive firepower. Uh, this thing actually also does tree topping pretty well. I prefer not to, because it puts you down in the range of fighters and multi-rolls that can get an interception vector on you. And once you get into their interception vector, unless you vector away quickly and lean on the W key,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna get away because they accelerate faster than you do.
Right.
So um, that's the other thing. Uh, it is absolutely worth $60.
Okay. And I'm checking
You're
now.
gonna
I've got the website up now. So the B29 is going for 55 or 82, just depending on which special you want to do, and the RB17 is at 56. So
right. Now to Wargaming's credit, when you buy um, the Candy Trail amount, which is 1 US penny shy of $100.
99.99 at
Yeah,
35% off, which is I always laugh at that when Wargaming's like, yeah, it's
that's
kind of like
that's right. Thank you for the bargain. You do get all the stuff that's along the Candy Trail,
right.
including uh, period 3 uprated engine, which,
Yeah.
by the way, is really sweet on this particular aircraft. You want it on this particular aircraft. And in order to get that, you'd have to spend $24 or so in the premium shop to pick up a pack of, what is a pack of 3 of them, period
Right.
1, period 2, period 3. You
Right.
get 3 of them, right? So only wanting the period 3 one, right? Okay, so I also, when I opened up the crates, got a Heinkel HE 111 out of one of the crates.
Okay.
So I mean, well, I got the gold value because I already got that guy. But
Right.
right, it's not like you're only getting this particular piece of equipment.
Yeah,
You're
you're getting
also
a whole bunch,
you're
and
you're
gold
getting,
too, right? Tokens
yeah,
as well, like something like 100 tokens as well, which can be valuable.
right.
So,
Well, and frankly, folks, you will need the tokens.
hmm
You'll need the tokens because you want to specialize this thing right away. And you're not going to get specialization with this thing just playing it, because frankly, gunnery from this thing hurts, and
yeah,
it hurts bad. You're
and one of
you're
the
you're going to get,
yeah, you need
yeah,
gunnery kills to be specialized, basically.
yep,
Yeah,
yep. And so you might get the major part of specialization knocked off, but the minor part, the gunnery part, you're going to have to token out.
yeah,
It's I guarantee it, uh, unless you somehow figure out how to make the gunnery on this thing work well.
yeah.
Um,
And you're going to get
and there,
110 tokens, so that's should be enough to
yeah,
specialize it. So
90 tokens is the cost from 0.
yeah,
So if you just token out the whole thing, it's 90 tokens.
right,
So um, I also used some tokens to mess around with to reassemble my the stuff I have going on. So along with this plane, I bought all the seasonal camo because I want as much protection as I can,
sure, yeah,
and I'm running our radio navigational equipment with the bonuses for vision and concealment all the way as max as they can get. So that I do that on purpose so that I can use the speed of the aircraft, and it's make it a little bit more stealthy, so that I can get around. Especially works nicely at tree topping,
right,
because everybody's up top and they don't see you until you get into a captured sector.
right,
Um, and if you're in a neutral sector, they don't see you at all, and so you can be off at the other side of the map capping without them ever seeing you. And that's a good thing, because if they don't see you, they're not shooting at you, and if they're not shooting at you, you're not dying. So,
yeah.
uh,
I am kind of
uh,
curious. Well, go ahead, finish your thought, and then I have a question to ask.
the hit points are slightly higher than the RB-17, and it needs the extra hit points. Um, like I said, its energy retention is great. Its dive capability is great. Um, I would I would like to see what Mary Loveheart could do, except that unfortunately the critical dive angle is not. You can't get it greater than 45 degrees to drop your bombs. That would be awesome. Wargaming, that'd be awesome if I could get to 45 degrees and put Mary Loveheart in this thing. Then we'll see what those bombs could do. Holy smokes!
Mm,
Uh, but yeah, even with the Special Projects of the United States turret site, um, the defensive armaments just it's nothing more than something to deter ADA.
right.
Really, give it ADA a crit so that it turns away.
Yeah.
That's about what it's good for.
Yep.
But it makes up for it by being fast, and being fast for a long time.
Right.
So I like it. I'm going to play it in preference to my RB-17.
Right. Yeah, I
Uh,
think it's a you could. I mean, in some ways, I don't know if this makes sense. You could call it an improvement on the RB-17.
oh,
Um,
absolutely. It
yeah.
absolutely is. I have no reservation saying that at all. The RB-17's bomb load has often frustrated me, leaving some fragments of the targets that I'm shooting at unblown up, which when you're a bomber pilot, you really want all those segments blown up.
Yeah.
And so I need the extra.
Yeah. For sure.
And so I'm running a 10-point gunner and a 9-point pilot, demolition expert, also aerodynamics expert, so I can take advantage of that engine and polished skin.
Right.
I want to give them the maximum amount of oomph that I can possibly give them. So yeah, I even run cruise flight, so I can get the maximum amount that I possibly can get, because I'm also running strength and hard points, right? And that costs speed.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make up for that a little bit.
No, that makes a lot of sense to me. And when on the bomber pilots I have that have the skill points, cruise flight's definitely one of those. All right, let's see if the third time is the charm here. And then savvy folks who have been watching us may have noticed there's some red numbers up in the top left on my screen. And that is because if you're not interested in the Mixmaster, the other option in this holiday season, well, one's the POGO. We may talk about that later. But the other primary option would be the holiday crates. And so I've purchased a sampling of holiday crates, and we'll open them and see what comes of them. So
let's find out what Santa brought our friend H0.
H0 is hoping for, everybody else is hoping for a Tier 8 Mixmaster and that sort of thing. Or maybe if you're really interested, in the crates, the P61 is in there. The XP54, the Swoosh Goose, is in there. There's some good premium planes in it. And then special projects, of course. But H0 is hoping that Santa brings him a Tier 2 biplane. The AR-67 is rare, and it is in these holiday crates, and I do not have it. So I would love to fly the little AR-67. That would be joyous for me.
It is a fun little plane to fly. There's not much at Tier 2 that can outturn it. It's reasonably speedy. Well, for Tier 2.
Right.
I mean, let's get real here. It's Tier 2.
Right.
It is amusing to fly. When you feel like you really have to go clubbing, it's something that kind of curbs it, because it's only got 2 small guns. So
right.
You don't you're not shooting down anything with a whole lot of speed. You're going to have to maintain some time on target, as it were.
Well, it's pretty, and it's like I said, it's rare. And one of my joys in this game is flying planes that are different, unusual. Just being able to sample what's in the game is always fun for me. So that would be great. All right, we have 2 specialized ground attack aircraft. We have an F-2G. One of the ground attack aircraft, Sea Knight, just bounced. I don't know. That could have been a crash, or it could have been an intentional ditch. So we'll see what happens. And then we've got another P-80 on our side. So
I am going to go to the near garrison. And
left
then I'm
or
going to
right?
go over,
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
to the right.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go over to the command center.
Yeah. Probably a smart idea. I'm going to help with this other garrison over here.
The beautiful part about us in this particular game is we have all the speed.
Right.
And so I'm going to lean on that W key if I can avoid the flak, which seems to follow me. All right, so I'm zooming along at approximately 720 kilometers per hour, maintaining just boost feathering.
Okay.
And I brought along a can of boost, and I used that first, and I still haven't gotten down to 60 seconds of boost. I'm boost feathering, and I'm nearly in my red. All right?
Right.
So it's 730 kilometers per hour, maintained over that entire distance. The whole time I was talking, it was 730 kilometers per hour.
Excellent. Yeah, that's good.
This thing is fast, folks. It is brutal fast. All right.
All right. Okay, yeah, so C9 is definitely out, and I don't know, it looks like it was maybe an intentional ditch. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Only half my brain was on that time. I just died to a sea fang, sadly.
How dare you?
I know, I know.
I know, right? That's
So let's spend 10, 12 seconds watching you while I'm dead, because this will be nice. It is a pretty model. I can see the uniqueness, especially with the wing guns there. You guys see the rear guns are on the wings with a hatch that's opened. You know, there is something absolutely attractive about the model, the Mixmaster, and
right.
you know what it looks like. So from that perspective, absolutely get it. Why you would want to add it, the uniqueness of the aircraft for sure. All right, let me see if I can
Oh dear.
redeem myself here and take a hold of the airfield. I think one of my issues, this is going to sound weird to people, but so we did the update. I did not install a mod pack on this update, so I'm just flying vanilla client right now. And one of the underrated mods I have is one that changes the camera view. It actually pulls you further back from the plane, and that makes a big difference when you're flying in your ability to kind of see what's around you, your field of view. And it's interesting. I think it's actually playing with my brain a little bit that I'm sitting a little closer up to my aircraft than I normally am.
So I made a significant error there. I was talking and I wasn't watching the fact that there was a P.228 that came to give me a visit.
Oh, well, that was lovely, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a pretty aggressive P-28. He's the one that took most of my hit points before I died to the Sea Fang. So he's certainly worth watching out for. Don't worry, folks. I'm sure he's the same skill level as all the rest of the bots.
Right. Yes.
All right, let's see. Oh, Lord. I just had a bot die in the zone. So all of my progress towards the airfield is now wiped. And we just got superiority again. And an Su-9 that I killed 30 seconds ago just one-shot me from behind. So
of course.
We're losing to an F2G and an IL-20.
Well, yeah.
Well, you know what? This proves your point, though. The Mixmaster is not overpowered.
It's not overpowered. It absolutely isn't. And, of course, P-228 got me again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I get for playing over the middle. I mean, I went there on purpose. There's, you know, it's having target selection is important in this airplane. You can't just go anywhere you want. It is not a B-29. B-29, you go wherever you want, and whatever you're doing is just going to work out.
Right.
And woe to anybody who wants something else out of it. You're not going to get there fast, but when you get there, you're going to just destroy everything.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, I like this plane. It's a good plane, but it's not dominating when it's bottom tier.
Right.
So that makes life hard. And it's not going to set the world on fire with its ability to just absolutely crush a sector. You have to use finesse. And it's helpful if your teammates or your bots don't die in the zone while you're trying to take it.
Right.
Which happened to me over at the command center.
Yep.
Oh gosh, seriously? Oh, of course. Guess who's back?
The B228.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
The funny thing is, I watched him.
Yep.
I watched him come from. I watched him come from way far away where he couldn't see me. There was no way he could see me, but I could see him because I've got radio navigational equipment. I saw him from all the way over there. He turned as soon as I came off target and turned and came straight toward me.
We'll have to check and
Because
see what his points are after the match here. It'll be fun to see.
now that one's on me, brother. I played really poorly that battle. My target selection was crap.
Well, I didn't do so hot myself, so we're not going to assign any blame here. We're just going to congratulate Ronald the Bot 228 for destroying 3 aerial targets, all of which were
Me.
you.
That was me.
Yeah, and taking 90% of my hit points along the way as well. So
No, and that was something that I noticed when I was playing in the training room, was that once you get fixated on by a 228 or an HG2, you're not going anywhere. They've got you, and they're going to have you all battle long.
Yep.
And the nice thing is that at least the HG2 I can outturn.
Right.
But the 228, no, it especially the bots, they know exactly all the tricks to not overshoot.
So this was also an example of a weird match. So for those who are watching my screen, you can see, the 3 players between us captured 6 zones, right? So there might have been some overlap at the beginning. But there should have been some overlap for them too, starting on the command center side. But they captured 5. So that's unusual. And it's unusual for... And the F2G was primarily doing ground ordnance, did very, very little in the air. So unusual for that to happen. So just one of those weird matches that sometimes occurs. So you know what? If we're not having any luck in the air, maybe Santa will bring us some things in the crates here. So we're going to open some holiday crates and see how it goes. So
absolutely. But yeah, like I said, I was able to traverse that long segment between that garrison and the command center.
Right.
And my bombs just reloaded before I got, so it was maybe 40 seconds that I traversed that long segment there.
Right.
At 730 kilometers an hour. And so there's no bomber at tier 8 that's going to get there faster.
Right.
So
yeah, you're definitely speedy in that sense.
And that's one of the reasons that even though we haven't had success tonight, I really do enjoy this plane. And I'm not a bomber guy, but this thing's fast.
Yeah.
This thing's really fast, and I like it. I'm gonna be playing it. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
I need to get better with my bombing. There's no doubt about that. I've got stuff to learn, but it gets there fast. It's got a good bomb load. It's fun to look at. I like the look. It's a weird plane, and you know how we are about weird planes.
We love our weird planes. Yeah.
We love our weird planes. So all right. What is Santa going to bring you?
So the first crate was premium and a Model 81, which I already have, so that converted to 1,100 gold. The second one looks like some cockpit armor and 10,000 free XP. Free XP is always welcome. That's one of the most valuable things I think you could get from these crates.
Absolutely.
Crate number 3 is going to give us some more armor equipment and another 10,000 free XP. So we'll take that. We've also gotten gold rather than the premium time in 2 of the 3 of these drops. Gold again there, 3 days of premium, and some emergency engine restarts. So we'll round out the first 5 with another 250 gold, more restarts, and another 10,000 XP. So 5 in, we're looking at 30,000 free XP, 2,100 gold, and a couple of days of premium. So, here's the question mark, Corvus. Do you think I'm getting my AR-67 or not?
That's a
There's
that's a
17 planes in the crates. They have a 35% drop rate, and once the plane drops, it will not drop again. So there's some question about if you still have a 35% drop rate, or if that drop rate goes down as you cross planes off the list.
ooh.
Mechanically, we don't know how that works.
Oh yeah, no, that's that
So if it,
it'd be
yeah,
awesome. It was 35%
if
per
it's a
gift.
flat 35%, like if it rolls it into this category and then picks one, as opposed to if it rolls one that's already done and then moves on from there, or just removes the chance or whatever, then in theory you should get about one premium aircraft for every 3 crates, if that percentage rate holds, and you would need roughly 51 crates to get all of them, in a statistical average. So, and
Right.
I bought 25 crates here, so I should get about 8 premium planes, which is about half the list. So maybe a 50-50 chance of an AR-67. We'll see. So
I,
let's see what
I
the
think
second
I'm
five bring.
agreeing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna agree with your assessment there.
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I think it does. I think it rolls into the category and then just picks a plane that you haven't gotten yet. I think that's what it does. That would be the simplest way for the to parse those mechanics. Um,
Yep.
but
Yep.
there's no guarantee. And again, at the end of the day, you can talk about averages, but you could averages are just averages. You can go the whole time and get no planes in theory, right? So
Yes.
yeah,
Right. It's like the drop rate. It depends on the, let's say, the drop rate of um the Swoosh Goose.
right,
That's what I was looking for.
right.
Uh, I'm sure it has a specific drop rate. Um, but what is the drop rate? Right?
I don't know that it does though, because if it did that and you had the swoosh goose, you know, it would be more difficult to program. And as we've seen in the past, because this game is run kind of on a little bit of a shoestring budget. That tends to be
Yeah.
the simplest way to do things, right? It would make more sense for this just to be, the computer makes one roll and then it makes a second roll within the category, and that second roll within the category all being even chances would make sense. But it is possible. You're right. They may not be all equally weighted in here. You may have a higher weight towards the bottom, in which case I have a better chance of getting the AR-67. I just pulled the HA-137V out of the next 4 crates. So that's
Ooh.
another 825 gold. That's a fun little aircraft, for those that don't have it. Little low tier ground attacker. And there it is. There it is. Corvus, I got it. I just
You
got
are a
it
winner.
on the
You are the winner.
on the 10th box. I got the AR-67. Yay. All right, we're
Nice.
happy. We can lose as many games as we want tonight. I have an AR-67 in my hangar. There we go. All right,
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I, I would say that once this candy cane trail thing is over, and it settles down a little bit at tier 8,
Yeah,
we should go out again and see how it is. um, I have felt a little bit like, I was going to say that at least more than half of my battles in the thing have been bottom tier.
yeah,
So this is I'm not a big fan of getting bottom tiered a lot when I'm in tier 8. It's
yeah,
one of the things that tier 8 is sort of great about, is that it's a lot of times top tier.
yeah.
Um, and getting weird setups, like where you get Uberbot. Um,
Hmm.
oh, wait a minute, they all have the same talent. I forgot about that. Uh, but yeah, um, it'd be interesting to see what happens when the algorithm settles down a little bit, and
Yeah.
not the holiday stuff,
Yeah, and I
which
strongly agree. I strongly agree we should come back afterwards, because this is not the way World of Warplanes is 99% of the time. It's not like this, right?
It absolutely is not.
Yeah.
Um, and I I think that there's something that's different with algorithm during holiday maneuvers. I noticed it last year, and it felt a little weird. And it's like, okay, whatever. Um, I'm not, but it bugged me a little bit
Right.
because you're playing and you go, huh, well that's weird, and here we go.
It can be a frustrating time of the year to play. I know it is for me, which is one of the reasons I don't fully participate in any of the marathons. Is there is just that extreme rush to get things done. And I wonder, I understand making the marathons, making people work, and getting players in the game and keeping the population active, which is the real value of marathons, is having full matches and stuff. But I wonder sometimes at the time limits on this, if Wargaming was willing to expand them, add a week here or there, if it might not help the grind, but two, just the sort of feeling of angst that many of us have in the midst of those things. So, yeah.
Right. No, I agree with that. It's it gets to be a little bit much. Can
Right.
be a little bit much. So
Yep.
yeah.
Well, I'm down
Um,
to about 3 crates left. I have gotten a grand total of four, I think, aircraft. I got the SPAD, the AR-67, the HA-137, and the A6M3 experimental. Of course, I had the other three, so they converted to gold. So, and that's been it. Have gotten a good bit of gold out of this, I would say. I haven't been keeping count, but it's certainly been a decent amount. And then we're down to the last crate, which is going to have the special project in it. So we already know it's not going to have an airplane. So I got four premiums and 25 crates, the highest of which was a tier 5. So if you're fishing for a high tier premium, there may be something Corvus to your theory that the lower end planes are going to drop first. Now I got the lightweight wing project from Japan as the last one. So there we
there you
go.
go.
That's it. That's all of them. Let's see. Let's look at the beautiful AR-67 in the hangar here. Much fun. We will have fun at Tier 2 playing this. And I will not SEAL Club. I'm not a SEAL Clubber, but we will enjoy a couple of flights in a biplane at some point for sure. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, should we do one for fun to wrap it up?
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't. It doesn't hurt
Yeah.
to go out and fly because I mean, why do we play this game to begin with,
Right.
right?
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. So, what should we do for our final match? What will our fun one be?
Well, before while you had the AR 67 all loaded up there, and you were very excited about it. I had gone over here, and where did I put it?
The search is on.
I had my POGO.
Oh yeah. Why don't you fly a pogo? That's actually a good idea since that's the other one that's up right now.
Well, a small problem is that my POGO seems to be missing.
Well, that's not
Oh, there
good.
it is. There it is. There it is. There
You
it
have
is.
too many planes. You need to cut
I
down on
I
your.
I do. I need to prune my hanger.
Very good. I will stick with a P80, I guess. You know what? If we're just having fun, and you know what, things are terrible anyway out there in the grand world of World War planes. Not terrible. I'm being facetious, obviously, but things are difficult anyway. Let's just make it that much more difficult.
Absolutely. Oh, you are a glutton for punishment. You, I,
You say that.
I salute you,
Um,
sir.
this
I
plane is not
absolutely
as
salute
bad
you.
as people say it is. And I should say, I'm pulling up my profile right now for those who are curious about what I fly. This is my third most flown plane. So the P1099, when I was grinding it, has achieved at the top of the list. And of course, my beloved Focke-Wulf 190A8 is at the absolute top. So, but we're gonna have some fun with this. I do have the cruise speed paint on it to get a little bit of extra speed out of it, and I did do a full video on this one for those that are curious about the setup here. But yeah, I love the LA line, and it's sad that there's not more kind of LA themed premiums. Maybe we need a premium tier 6 like version of the LA5, some sort of version of the LA5. So.
I like the idea of the tier 10 heavy fighter. What is it? The LA 190, I think. That sounded like fun to me. But I'm a heavy fighter guy, so what can I tell you?
Yeah.
We know that Persia is not going to be doing anything with the LA line.
Right.
At least in the foreseeable future.
Right.
So while I agree with you, it's nice to dream. We can have those sugar plum dreams if we want to, but more than likely, what we'll get is American premiums, possibly UK premiums.
I mean, let's have a curiosity here, though. Did the Finns fly the LA5? Would it be possible that we could get like an LA5 that was, not branded USSR within the game? Would that be I mean, obviously it's not going to happen, but if we wanted our dream to have some basis in reality, could that be a possibility?
I would love to be able to say yes. I would love that. All right. Well, look at this.
You should have stuck with the Mixmaster.
Oh, my gosh.
The matchmaker just does not like us tonight.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I'm gonna go over to the nearest air base, see if I can't do fightery things over at the air base.
Okay. I'm gonna head over to the garrison. I just don't. With none of them flighted, we're unclear. All three of them may go to the middle, and I don't want to waste a life dying in a 3v1. I've won a 3v1 in this plane before. I did it in the video, but it was not something that I think I can do every day. So
I hear you, and it's been forever since I've flown this plane, so we're gonna find out if I remember what I'm doing.
Oh, I have the joyous. My cannon shots don't do any damage to the ADA.
Oh, of course. No, that's one of my favorite bugs.
I found if I pulse the cannons, it'll go away. Like if I come off target and come back on target. So.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna move. I'm gonna move to the other airfield. I'm not sure I can get there before they cap it. And of course, our ground attackers are not going to go there, even though I asked for them to. So.
Oh, of course not.
Okay, the P-51H is over here. So.
How is that plane against P-51H?
We're about to find out.
Nice.
A specialized one to boot.
Tell me how you do.
I'm winning the turning fight, but unfortunately, I'm getting 2v1'd right now.
Okay.
So that may complicate. Yeah, I'm getting 3v1 now. I think no, it's just 2v1 still, but unfortunately, it's a Jawa. Yeah, it's 3v1 actually. The Jawa is number 3. So,
I do love a good Jawa.
Yeah, and then an ADA came in to be 4v1. So.
Of course.
Why not? It's been that kind of a night, hasn't it?
It has been.
All right. Well, let's try this again. Take 2.
Well.
I think one-on-one I could have taken the P-51. I seem to be beating him in the turn battle with a little bit of rudder control. So I don't think he was... If he was fully kitted maneuver, he might be able to keep up because I'm not fully kitted maneuver on this. So, but it felt like he was not. And I would be surprised if he was.
one of the things that gripes me when I go down after a bot um, ground attack aircraft is that they've made a full pass along along a particular sector, and their full pass
Oh Lord.
doesn't do much at all to their health.
Right.
All right. But when I'm running oh my goodness, when I just went down to shoot at the POGO, the opposite team's POGO.
Yeah.
And the aircraft just absolutely destroyed me.
Yeah. I got locked on over here too. It's hard, especially if you're the only person in the zone. Like that's gonna happen,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, now it's Jawa time.
All right.
And it's of course way above where it should be. That's always made me angry too. Is that they somehow get way up where they don't belong, and they somehow are able to still maneuver.
All
right.
I'm gonna try and stay out of the way of the two other players here, and I might conflict the zone by destroying this ground attack aircraft. Yep, there we go.
Okay. I'm going to go to the eastern garrison. This guy. Whoops.
That sounds lovely.
There are 2 light fighters over here.
I figured out what it is with the camera, by the way. Because the camera is a little closer on the plane in the stock client, it's harder to see in dogfighting how someone is behind you. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind. This P-80 is diving on me.
Oh, I'm being pursued by 2.
Well, you worry about that one. I'll worry about this one. We should be fine. I mean, I don't think the P-80 is out-turning me, even if he is kitted for maneuver. So, yeah, this should be. Since I don't have to worry about AA chewing my tail up while I'm doing this, we should be okay. Of course, there is a ground attack aircraft coming in, and it is a 265, so of course he's decided to attack me.
Oh, cool. Fire.
Fire is awesome, isn't it?
It is.
Stop shooting me. Damn it. All right, looks like we're about to flip that 4th zone over there, maybe. Yes. All right, good. I'm going to challenge the other air base.
I am. Haha. I helped our existing airbase by shooting down the one plane that was in it.
Good.
So at least we can keep it, because we're behind. Well.
Oh Lord. Okay.
We're ahead, but we're behind.
Yes. The P-61 has changed to an LA-9. Now I'm in a 2v1. Okay, the LA-9 pulled off, but I think he's reacquiring.
That's what I should have done, is when I died the first time, I should have just switched to the Mixmaster.
Right? There you go.
See? My strategic... Not only is my tactical sense screwed up when I'm talking to you, so is my strategic sense.
Yep.
There we go.
Can't handle 2v1 when he switches to an LA-9, unfortunately. I'm not squirrely enough to get away from both. But that's okay. I pinned both of them here. I kept them entangled for a minute, so that should keep them from mounting a comeback. Unfortunately, that was after Squall Line, so you're on your own.
Oh, dear.
Stay alive, my friend. Stay alive.
Well, we'll see if the Bee Gees help.
Oh, I can't believe you have the Christmas tree camouflage on it.
Oh, I absolutely do.
Oh, my eyes are burning. My eyes are burning. I need that filter that warships and tanks both have, where you can get rid of like fantasy camouflages. Oh,
I, you know, I'm I don't know why I got it. I think I purchased it after the fact, but it's like, you know what? I have the squirrel paint on my pancake,
right.
and if I've got paint on my pancake, then why not? Right?
I
Why
mean,
not?
if you have squirrel paint on your pancake, you're right. Why not?
I do have squirrel paint on my pancake. And when I first got the pancake, it was before it got nerfed.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And I loved playing that thing. But holy smokes. It got nerfed, and it got nerfed bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So does the pogo turn better than it seems like it would because of the strangeness of the shape and the four kind of the fact that it really has four wings instead of two?
It does turn really well.
So it's kind of like a Jawa in that respect, where you don't expect
Oh
it
my,
to. Uh oh.
how on earth
Uh
did he
oh.
do that?
We might be in trouble. We might be
Yeah,
0
we're in
for 4
trouble.
tonight.
Well, that sucks. The you know what? I with the way that our luck has gone, I that so one of the folks in Discord mentioned what the big problem was with the Pogo.
Okay.
The Pogo is all fuselage.
Mm-hmm.
So you take all the damage. Your wings, it doesn't matter what orientation your wings are in,
Mm.
because your fuselage is so big,
Mm.
and so it takes all the damage. And
Right.
so head-ons are really not the best way to go. And I went head-on with a P80, and I thought the 20s could get the job done, but
No.
they
Yeah.
spliced him.
Yeah.
So that was it's something you have to think about when you play the plane.
Yeah.
And I wasn't thinking clearly when I was playing the plane.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I mean, we win, but is not because of anything I did.
It was
Oh, maybe.
close. It was so
Oh,
close. Our
maybe.
last bot was at 100 HP and getting shot.
So I guess it was something that I did. I didn't even know that I did that. Holy smokes!
We'll take it. We'll take it.
I will take it. It's uh, I, let me say this about the Pogo, folks. The Pogo is a fun plane to play. I'd forgotten how much fun it is. The guns are good. It turns pretty well. I do have it set up for turn, and
Mm-hmm.
my pilot has aerobatics expert, so it's about as turny as it's going to get. Um, it is kind of fragile, so but it's got 420 millimeter cannon, so it's pretty good.
Right.
I shot down the B-32 from a full health bar B-32, so it's got the guns to do the work. Um, but people don't play it,
Mm.
and I understand why.
Yeah.
It's because P-61s exist and B-29s exist, and Wargaming, please make Tier 8 sane again. All right, that's my Christmas wish to Wargaming, is make Tier 8 a place where the Mixmaster is it's a real threat.
Right.
Not overpowered, but a threat.
Yeah.
But when there's P-61s and B-29s in the air, the map better be big, and you better be sneaky about how you're doing it. And definitely don't be recording with one of your buds and having a chat, because you need your whole brain to be functioning while you're doing it.
Yeah. Yep. For sure. For sure. Well, it was good flying with you tonight, even though it was at times frustrating. I appreciate you enlightening us on the Mixmaster, and hope you all had fun with the crates as well. Whether you go Pogo, crates, Mixmaster, or none of the above, we certainly hope you have a happy holiday season and that we get to see you in the skies and that you are able to get some things from Santa that you enjoy. Does that sound good? Is that about our sentiment?
I completely and totally agree with you. I A little preview for the folks out there is I have asked Santa to bring me some various components because I'm going to be building a new box to replace my potato.
Right on.
So I'm looking forward to utilizing the entirety of this monitor
Mm.
uh, and its wonderfulness that I have. Oh, I didn't tell folks out there I have a 34-inch Alienware OLED monitor, and this thing is magnificent.
Very
Um,
nice.
worth all the money that I spent. Yeah, and it not necessarily for World of Warplanes, but for some of the other games. Some of the other games are really fantastic on this monitor.
Yeah.
So,
There you
but
go.
yes, Merry Christmas to everyone, especially to you, my friend,
Yes,
and
sir.
we'll catch you next time.
Sounds good. See you on the next one. Bye.